Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the MiniLCS Summer Invitational 2026, hosted on the one and only motherfucking channel, and that is, of course, the League of Shut Up. I am Dark Lord Aaron, and today I will be casting for probably the first game until someone subs in. And you know, today it's a hot day, hence you can maybe hear my AC unit going off, you know, because my palms are sweaty, my balls are sweaty, you know, I'm sweaty. I just drank some lovely beer in preparation for this game, this Sweatlord game, because it's sweaty. It is. As I forget who is playing, the MiniLCS Mafia versus Lucidity Red. This is round 2 of the uppers, or the quarterfinals. The upper quarterfinals, as it says on the website. Who will progress onto the winners' finals and make it one step closer to the grand finals to be crowned the winner of the MiniLCS and get the coveted MiniLCS trophy, which we will be sending out to people. Don't you worry, that is still going to happen, even for the people in the last Summer Invitational who have not received it. But enough of me yapping. I'm going to bring in my caster, my fellow caster for today. We saw him on the last stream. We have, of course, Asphyxia. Welcome.
Yellow.
And in a second, we're just going to get straight into draft because the teams have done it. The teams couldn't wait. They were just way too eager. They just wanted to go straight in. So let's bring in the draft and change the music. So we have Lucidity Red on the blue side, the MiniLCS Mafia opting for the red side. And what do we have here? So bands wise, on Lucidity Red we have the Rel, the Anivia and the Vel'Koz for the first 3 bands, and on the MiniLCS Mafia we had the Orianna, the Kindred's very interesting band, would not expect that, and the Vayne. And ladies and gentlemen, I love to see the Vayne ban. It shouldn't be banned because no one should be playing that stupid champ, especially in the top lane, you know, but there's the ban. If you can hear those claps, I applaud it. And then round 2 bans, we had the Ashe and the Caitlyn. So for me, that's more, it's looking like a support mids and then ADC ban. So basically more of the bot lane ban from Lucidity Red. And on the MiniLCS Mafia, we had the Ez and the Lucian. So I'd say the Kindred is a weird ban for me personally, so I'm thinking more ADC and mid bans right there. But what do you think?
Well, I'm a bit surprised, honestly, by the entire draft here, since both teams opted to pick ADCs quite late.
Yes, yeah, looking at it did, yeah. Unless, no, this is in pick order, I believe. This isn't rejigged around depending on lanes. So yeah, it is quite surprising that ADCs were picked late. They went for the mids first of all. They wanted to get the magic damage, I guess. It's kind of good to see that we're not doing the whole mage support bot lane right now. That's been a big thing. And as we can see, we have the Kai'Sa and Sivir, so we're not seeing any of that. That's good to know. But then let's go into the jungle and top lane pick. So we have a Wukong on the Lucidity and we have a Jarvan,
Which is slightly favored for Wukong. And since MiniLCS Mafia picked second, so it was Syndra with Jarvan, and then it was answered by Wukong Ornn, which is understandable. I really like that answer because Wukong already is good into Jarvan, but Ornn on top of that opens the possibility of Ornn using his E to open up the Jarvan wall for his teammates.
Yep, it does. And then going on to the top, we have an Ornn versus Aatrox. This definitely quite interesting, going for don't know if I'm right to say the more traditional kind of tank top laner versus an Aatrox. So definitely we would definitely love to see some anti-heal from Lucidity Red to counter the Aatrox.
Yeah, I agree on that. Aatrox will be bringing a lot of healing, and on top of that, if he manages to get a revive from Renata that is picked quite later on in the draft as well, it would be just a menace.
That is definitely a good point. I did not think of that at all. And then, yeah, ADCs, the Kai'Sa, Rakan, and the Renata, Sivir and Renata. So for me, looking at the comp, Lucidity Red, it's more of an engage type kind of... Well, it is. The whole comp just shoots out engage for sure. You know, you've got Rise with the ult to kind of jump in either backdoor is the wrong word, but come in from a certain angle, just jump in straight in the middle. You got Wukong jumping in, Ornn with his ult, Kai'Sa jumping in, Rakan jumping. It's just all jumps. It's all just engage. Whereas with the Mouse Mafia, they do have some engage. You know, you've got the Jarvan, you've got the Aatrox, you've got the Syndra, Sivir's ult, but it's a slightly different type of engage, I would say. It's more for an engage where you need to work as a team, whereas Lucidity Red, I feel they can work just picking off kind of one or two champs, or as themselves can pick off. What do you think?
Yeah, about those engages, like, the main difference, how I see it here, is Lucidity Red is like, they will be among the ranks of Mauser Mafia all over the place. Meanwhile, Mauser Mafia wants to go kind of in a straight line of an engage as more traditional front to back kind of fight. Meanwhile, Lucidity Red is just somehow managed to jump on that back line and just blow up those carries.
No, definitely. Now, I don't know what the stats are for both of the teams. I've finally got chat open. 10 seconds in and we know the state of Bro's balls. Yes, you do. Of course you do. You always will know the state of my juicy, sweaty balls. There we go.
If we're talking about stats for groups, both teams finished second in their groups, and Lucidity Red won 2 series, lost 1 with a total score of games this before, and meanwhile Mauser Mafia finished in second place as well in Group C with a score 2-1 in series and 5-2 in games.
Okay. I'm just going to get up the predictions in a second for who you all think will be winning the first game.
Well, also, speaking of scores, in the first game of elimination games, Lucidity Red played against Big Bad Buttercups and won 2-0. Meanwhile, Mauser Mafia played against Jamaica, I don't know how to pronounce that, and they won 2-1.
Yes, that is true. Lucidity Red versus Big Bad Buttercups played actually in week 4, so not even when we're in the official playoffs section of the tournament, they were just straight in. They just wanted to go right in, and it was a 2-0, a victorious 2-0, I might add. So they, looking like at the stats, they are the team to beat here. But with that, it is time for you, ladies and gentlemen, to vote. The timer will be short. It will be 2 minutes. The predictions are up on who you think will be winning game 1. Will it be Lucidity Red, or will it be the Mauser Mafia? Vote now with those demo coins, and as in the chat, well, you can find out if they're juicy if you want, and I'll be saying they are shaved currently. This stream is cooked, as Day Zero said earlier on when I told him I might be late to start the stream, as the stream did start late because I was having a beer. And as you can tell, it is. But enough of that. Who do you think will win game one?
I favor Lucidity Red slightly here. I think their draft is a little bit easier, in my opinion, to play into Mauser Mafia, as for the mentioned points of on being able to break the Jarvan wall to help his members escape. Isa can help herself out of that cage as well with the ultimate. On top of that, as I mentioned, Lucidity Red will be amongst the members of Mauser Mafia in those engages, so it will be hard to land those multi-people Renata ultimates.
Okay. Yeah, for me, I kind of agree. Like, I think this is the first time we've done a broadcast off an Aatrox in the top lane for the MiniLCS Summer Invitational 2026, I might add. And whereas I'm interested to see what this Aatrox can do, I also feel Lucidity Red have the upper hand in this game, especially with the comp that they've got. The engage is just, it's non-stop. They could, with like engage mentality, they can kind of CC someone to days. It's just non-stop, you know. Wukong going in, Ornn going in, Kai'Sa going in, Rakan going in, and if they single out a specific target, it's donezo, you know, for the Mauser Mafia. But we will have to see if they can pull it off, if they can pull the reverse sweep, and with that, we're going to go into game. So, who will win? Let's find out. This is the quarterfinals of the MiniLCS Summer Invitational 2026 playoffs. Now, I'm not going to do any drip check because I have no idea what everyone's skins are, because I don't spend money on this game. Why would I? The only person I spend money on is Teemo, and that is it. Screw everyone else. But I think so far,
no skin Syndra, the classic.
Summoner's Rift.
does she have a good skin?
Minions has
Not really. I don't really know if Syndra has a super great skin. Meanwhile, for Ornn, not going to Ornn if you have that available. I don't know that about Summit, but it's illegal. If you have that skin, you have to go to Ornn. It's just the best skin on the Ornn. And we can see the early game Syndra with range already looking to poke the Rise, landing 2 Qs already on him. On the bot lane, Sivir and Renata could be quite scary here at the level 1. Ooh, Aatrox misses his 3rd Q, which means it's a trade win for Ornn. The top lane, Rise is brought really low. It could be lethal. He's forced to flash. Syndra pop goes. So does Rise. And we were just... oh! A stun lands. Can't she finish him off? She has flash to follow him if she decides to. And yes, she does. And Oda is enough to finish him off. We see a big fight in bot as well. Renata heal popped, but Sivir with her early game power is trying to trade back. And they manage. No, she's killed before she can finish Kai'Sa off. And it's 1-1 now.
I don't know how Syndra had the range to hit that last auto. I know for a fact if that was me, I would be absolutely raging in all chat about Riot Games, please, why'd you do this to me?
Ooh, Aatrox landing 2 kills now in a row.
Let's have a quick look.
Yeah, very nice stun. And then flash to gap. Ooh, that looks really weird. Yeah.
I can only
didn't
assume
notice
that must be a spectator bug right there, because that flash just seemed in place.
Yeah.
That makes no sense there.
Ooh, Renata looping around. That could be another kill on this Rise. Another stun by Syndra, followed up by Renata stun. Jarvan is here as well. Doesn't knock up, but he's there just for damage to finish him off. And Aatrox is looking to get a solo kill here on top as well. Both flashes popped, but the Conqueror is stacked in, but it's not enough to finish him off. Syndra's recall, not Syndra, Sivir's recall is cancelled by Rakan. So she's forced to stay a bit longer. Meanwhile, Kai'Sa managed to get a reset after that kill in the bot lane. Now Wukong, after an invade, is looking to get something on this Renata. Nice knockup by Rakan means she will fall. Jarvan once again looking for a gank on mid. This time Syndra's stun doesn't connect, but Flag and Drag does. Can Ryze find a way out? No, he can.
Now, I have to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that this is a Sweatlords game, not a Weenie Huts game. And this is, I feel, the most chaotic, most kill-focused start of the game I think we've seen. It has just been non-stop.
Very action-packed. We have more kills, more than 1 kills per minute already.
Like, for a Sweatlords game, this is very impressive, and like looking at the playstyle of the Mouse and Mafia, this is definitely, we want to get ahead as early as we can so that in the mid and late game.
Ooh, Ornn could find a lethal here, nice knockup. W doesn't fully charge on Aatrox, that means he doesn't get brittle. Aatrox can look to trade back. Q3 doesn't hit, but the passive healing and the Conqueror healing is enough to keep him safe. Ornn is still looking. Very nice W this time. Conqueror is still stacked, so he could be in danger, and he is killed.
Mr. Clisty pulling it out again. That was knowing your champ to the T. That was knowing, you know, how to manage how much health you're gonna get, how much damage you're gonna deal to the T right there. Because if that was probably hard stack of Weenie, that Aatrox would have died 100%.
Ooh, another stun connects. This Syndra is just finding everything on this Ryze. And the Ryze is already 0-3, about 15 CS down. Syndra is looking for a dive. Can she finish him off? But it seems she will die in return. No, it's an execute. Meanwhile, a fight after the Drake. Just so much action already.
This is definitely, like, looking at how aggressive Mouse and Mafia are going, this is definitely, we want to get ahead in this game. We want to get ahead early game so that in the mid and late we have that gold lead. We have those item spikes to deal with the poke and the ganks from Lucidity Red. We'll just have to see if it actually works out later on.
Another stun hits the Ryze, which was probably just there to get the CS, but gets the Ryze hit as well. Jarvan ultimate pop, so is Ornn. It doesn't seem he will be able to get out there, but Rakan and Wukong are here. They seem to back off, and it's just a free kill on Ornn.
It is a free Korn on, and I think whereas like sometimes you would say that was a wasted ult from the Ornn, I think that was more of a ult to try and buy some time whilst the Rakan and Wukong came in, but they were just a bit too late and couldn't do anything there. But right now we are 6-2. So the Mouse and Mafia.
Kai'Sa is trapping. Sivir could be in danger here. No spell shield on that W means she will die to the Kai'Sa, and so many kills.
Yeah,
We're sitting at 9 kills at minute 7.
An overstay from the Sivir, not, you know, expecting the Kai'Sa to come in, or the Kai'Sa damage really. And with Sums down, she just couldn't escape that.
Bit of a fight mid. Renata is there to cover. Rakan is looking for something as well. Both supports hovering around the mid lane.
Now, what lane do you normally play in?
I play top lane.
Oh, you're a top lane. Okay, so what's your champ pool? I would say what's your
Zahen, Fiora, Gnar, Ornn.
okay.
That's my most played champions. And Nafiri nowadays, since there is so many. Oh, we have a fight here in the bot side. Wukong ultimate popped on the Renata, and she just left to die to Kai'Sa. What I wanted to say is, nowadays Nafiri as well, since she's good in those ranged top lane matchups.
Right. So what from this current comp in the top lane, this current matchup, who do you think is meant to come out on top, and how do you think it's currently playing, I guess?
I would say Ornn should have died 2 times already in this matchup. That first death is a bit unfortunate for him. He shouldn't overchase there, but we have a very deep fight here in the between towers in the bot lane, and Renata is once again killed. And now she's gonna be sitting a little bit of XP behind, because she will be missing even more XP, and that dive means that's a kill on Sivir as well. And the bot lane of Lucidity Red is trying to carry this game where the mid lane is losing for them. Mid lane and top lane not having a great time, but the bot lane of Lucidity Red is having such a good time playing so aggressive.
Flash.
Oh, a nice Q, a couple of ultis, and W means the passive gets procced and Syndra just dies as well.
The Syndra was so close to getting return on the Rakan, but it is a Rakan, you know, you can escape. This, from how it was going at the beginning of the game, this is a complete turnaround. We're 7-6 for Lucidity Red, and...
Well, I wouldn't call this a turnaround. It was going like this all the time. The bot lane was winning for Lucidity Red, while the other lanes were winning for Mouse Mafia. You see a big fight breaking out in top lane. Aatrox is gonna be able to chase the Ornn down. And just a bit too aggressive from Ornn when Aatrox has his ultimate up.
No, definitely, and I think with what you just said before, that this game, it is more, for Lucidity Red, it's more the focus on the bot lane from all these ganks right now. It is, let's focus on the bot, let's funnel as much gold into it, because the Wukong really hasn't been into the mid, has tried to come top to gank, but it was more of a reactive gank rather than proactive gank. So I think we're going to see from Lucidity that this Kai'Sa is going to be the main damage dealer for the game.
We see already a finished item on some members: Wukong, Aatrox, Jarvan, and Kai'Sa, and Syndra now. A big flash engage from Wukong means Kai'Sa can ulti in and finish the Syndra off. Jarvan will be killed as well, and it will probably open up a path for a second Drake for Lucidity Red here.
Oh, most definitely, and literally, as I just finished saying, this Kai'Sa gets 2 kills right there. This game
And you
is
see already
particularly for Kai'Sa.
almost 4,000 gold here for her.
Let's actually get up the gold stats to see who's actually on top. Yeah, and it is the Kai'Sa with 7.1k, 2k above anyone else.
Incredible performance from this Kai'Sa and Rakan so far. Good finds from Wukong as well. We saw a very strong early game from Syndra, but then she did a couple of not so great plays, and that actually meant Ryze can catch up a little bit to her.
And like, if we look at the counter side of that, you know, the red side bot lane, they're at the bottom of the table right now with only 3.5k gold, you know. Pretty much 4k gold up is the Kai'Sa. That is huge for ADCs right now.
Yep. You see a quest for ADC as well complete. I'm not sure how close Sivir is, but I don't feel that she's close enough. That means the snowballing of Kai'Sa is even stronger. Actually, Sivir is quite close now.
She is close, but she still is an item down, and she hasn't completed her coal yet. That is a big thing right there. Whereas the Kai'Sa has already 1 item, no, 2 items, just as I spoke right there.
Sivir is actually the last one to complete the quest in this game.
This is definitely, I think, you know, as we can just see now, the Jarvan coming bot. I think the Mouse and Mafia's bot lane needs to focus this bot.
Jarvan is on bot lane, but what do we see from Lucidity Red? Bot lane is rotating to top, where Ornn tries to find an engage on the Aatrox. He doesn't manage to turn around the ultimate, but Rakan is there to stun him, and that means that's a kill on Aatrox.
The only good thing about that for the Mouse and Mafias is the gold didn't go into the Kai'Sa. It went onto the Ornn.
Yeah.
I feel if it went onto the Kai'Sa, it would definitely hurt the Mouse and Mafia right there. But you know, as I said there, the Jarvan like trying to focus the bot, even though the blue side's bot decided to go top lane. There's not much really he can do because the Kai'Sa can just kind of jump out of his ult. Rakan can jump out of his ult, so it's a very rough time, and I can see why at the beginning of the game there wasn't the focus in the bot lane.
We see a Herald start by the Mauser Mafia, but I feel like City Red is in position to contest it. It seems they will opt to not to do that and just let Ryze push bot lane.
It
looks like the...
No, go ahead.
I thought bot lane is rotating there as well, but it seems they called that off.
No, I think it was just like, here, you know, we just, you thought you had it at the beginning of the game? Nah, you don't have it. Here, take this Herald, you know, you're going to need it. That's what Lucidity Red were basically just saying right there. Because I feel they could have gone in and engaged, but the Ryze was bot, and he doesn't have TP, so potentially that is why they didn't decide to go for that Herald.
And I just realized that Ornn is Abyssal Summit. He's in the same org as me, so... Not a great performance from a guy in the same org so far.
What do you mean, the same org?
We are both from Abyssalis. We play Prime League. Summit, I'm pretty sure plays in Danish League, or used to play. I'm not sure if he has a team right now.
Okay. Well, I think his team currently is Lucidity Red, as you can see with the nameplates. Exactly. You know, that is one thing for the team, minus the top laner, is that, as you can see with the tags, it is all Lucidity Red. So the jungle to the bot, they all know each other, they all play with each other frequently, so they have that, you know, connection, that sync in what to do. during the games.
We see a big stack here in the river bush by you see the jet. Can they cook something up? Jarvan spots them out with the flag. A teleport from Aatrox, they wanna collapse here.
Most definitely, I think the dragon is up.
Ornn is teleporting as well a bit late. Mouser Mafia need to pull the trigger, but Ornn is here now as well. It's a bit too late. So it's gotta be a 5v5. Nice stunts from Syndra, but no follow-up for that. And nice flash ultimate from Wukong finds a lot of members, but he's deleted by Mouser Mafia. Ice engages very deep into the backline. Syndra is brought very low. Sivir doesn't manage to kill Kai'Sa in time to get revive of the Renata W. In a bit of a massive fight, Aatrox is trying to clean it up. Ornn manages to find Syndra, meanwhile Aatrox finds Aatrox. Ornn is forced to flash out of there, and it actually is a net positive for Mouser Mafia. They will be getting this third Drake.
And that is surprising from looking at the beginning of that fight. Like, sure, the Wukong went in and just got instantly dove, but the Kai'Sa was basically just allowed to free hit at the beginning of that fight. As we have a quick look at the replay, so here you can see the Wukong flash ult in, and right here
Nice
the
stun from
Kai'Sa.
Syndra saves them quite a bit here. Also, Syndra staying alive here for a bit longer means she can put up some damage here. We will see her. Oh, missed Q. And W finds a stun on Ornn, which means Aatrox can chase the Rise down.
That was definitely a good fight from the Mouser Mafia, and especially from Mr. Callistes in the top lane on that
Yep.
Aatrox.
Now he's looking to get this tower, and the Rise could be in trouble afterwards. Nice redirect of Q with his E means he will be able to chase down the Rise, both flashes used.
And I think just like in the last series in the round of 8, Mr. Callistes is the one to watch out for on the Mouser Mafia. He is the biggest, you know, not damage dealer, but kind of the biggest player right here. He's the one that can change a fight with his comps, and if he's on a good day, which definitely looks like today he is on a good day. And we have to note here that, or I have to note here that some of the players on the Mouser Mafia are former winners of previous MiniLCS tournaments, of the winter, of the summer, and of the winter. So the winter this year and the summer and winter of last year. You know, so they are bedded into this tournament. They are reigning champions, so they're here to stay. Well, they're trying to stay, and so they're going to put their best forward.
A small mention on the production side, ultimate borders are a bit bugged.
Are
We
they?
don't see the cooldowns of them.
Ooh. Oh. That is
See a fight
true.
bot, but Ornn is quite tanky now at this point with the Sunfire and Thorn Mails, means Aatrox won't be able to just hold him under his own tower.
No, the ults are fucked. I'm sorry.
Well, we will have to live without knowing the ultimates, but it's fine. We will manage. Jarvan is found on the invade, and Wukong manages to smite his own Grom, but let the Jarvan take it away. Ooh, is Scuttle gonna notice the resets? No, it doesn't. As if I was Lucidity Red and saw the resets go off there, I would just go Baron and just rush it. Kai'Sa at this point surely has enough damage to shred it with the Oran upgraded Rage Blade.
Oh, most definitely right here. And looking at the damage dealt from the stats now, you have to partly take a percentage off in top lanes because, you know, top lane is just a massive brawl. We have Mr. Callisti at the top with Kai'Sa. Second right there, as expected, you know.
We see kind of a mid versus not mid top versus bot lane here kind of game where the bot lane for Lucidity Red is the carry. Meanwhile, the carry for Mouse Mafia this game seems to be the Aatrox.
Yeah, it definitely is, and
speaking, when we mentioned the anti-heals earlier on, we see a strong engage from Wukong. They managed to delete Sivir very fast here, and they find more. Renata is slow, but Wukong ultimate doesn't reach her, so she manages to just run away there. Nice stun from Syndra, manages to land her W because of that, and a couple of members from Lucidity Red are chunked now. It's still 4v5.
And a question there you have to ask is, what is that Sivir doing there? Sure, you're with the support, but that is not where you need to be. Your tanks want to be.
Aatrox now trapped in the pit, manages to find his way out, and the healing from the ultimate is just so much. Blascom almost pulls the Wukong out, but the Aatrox W pulls him back. And it's a 4v4 now. Fight is a bit split. Aatrox is on one end, meanwhile Kai'Sa with Rakan on the other one. Kai'Sa just deletes 3 members. Can she finish the Aatrox down? No, she can't, but Ryze will finish the job. And Sivir now is trying to win this fight 1v2, but can she? No, she can't. Now it's Ryze with Ornn trying to finish the Drake before Monster Mafia members won, but it's just Renata, so they will be most likely able to finish this Drake. Ornn is probably tank enough to survive this. What a game!
What a game indeed.
34 kills.
And literally, as you said before, this is a game of the top lane versus the bot lane. It was all to do with that Aatrox and that Kai'Sa. And definitely, as we have a look in the replay in a second, if that Aatrox was there with the rest of the team, that Kai'Sa would not have survived. Like here we can see this Aatrox, you know, in the pit, and I think this was on purpose to try and pull them in. Takes off this Wukong to the side, so now it's a 3v4 in the river, but there just isn't enough damage. As you can see, this Kai'Sa, look at that Kai'Sa right there, just able to push up and just hit.
And big part of this fight is Ryze actually zoning the Aatrox a little bit, means Kai'Sa has enough time to finish those 3 members down.
Exactly, right there, and this Sivir here just coming in to try to do something, but she, I believe, is like 3 or 4k down. She has nothing. Right, look at that. Kai'Sa has 4 items already, and the Sivir only has 2. She is, yeah, 4k down on her counterpart. She just has no damage. She can't do anything. Maybe if she was in that fight, she could give a tiny bit of damage, but because she got caught out beforehand, she was nowhere near.
And the gold lead, it seems only 1,400, but a big part is also Ornn upgrades, so they give kind of a invisible gold lead for Lucidity Red as well. He's finished almost all upgrades except for the Rakan.
Yeah.
And we see Rakan has Knight's Vow now, just put it on Kai'Sa, and this Kai'Sa will be even harder to kill now.
This is, well,
Yep,
This isn't a boring
4K
game.
above everyone.
And that's basically, well, a mixture of farming kills. Like, look at that. She's got a bounty of, what is that, 770? Why there's a 1, I don't know. But 770, ladies and gentlemen, bounty. You know, 10 to 7 right there. She is a monster, and the Mouse Mafia need to find a way to shut her down. But also shut her down onto
Ooh,
the right
Syndra
channel.
finds her. Can she do something?
Ooh, the
Ultimate
shield.
pop, but barrier is the response, and she manages to live. Nice attempt by the Syndra.
Definitely a nice attempt. This is what they need to do. They need to try and find her and pick her out here. Because the moment they pick her out, they can go in for a fight, I feel. You know, they can do...
Yeah, if they had one more member be able to follow up there, Kaiser is just falling there.
Now, Dragon's up in 120. This is the Dragon for Lucidity Red. This is Soul. And this is a Ocean Soul. So very good for the heals. This would definitely be, I feel, a lot better on the Mouse Mafia with the Aatrox.
Only complaint I have for Lucidity Red right now is a bit of a lack of anti-heal for this Aatrox. You know, Aatrox is the main,
Yeah.
the most scary person. Why is it just on Ornn and it's Ornmere? That means he can't reliably apply it.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, it is just on the Ornn. No one else has this anti-heal. As we've seen Ghost Pots from both mid laners.
Wukong is looking for Syndra. She's forced to flash. It turns its attention to the Sivir. They can't finish anyone else off, but Kaiser ultimate on the Syndra jumps on her and finishes her off. Meanwhile, Ryze finishes the Renata, and Aatrox is just deleted because he's in 5 members of Lucidity Red.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
And now, Lucidity Red will be looking to get some towers, probably rotate to Baron afterwards. They don't even care probably about the soul, they just can get... Oh no, they decide to go for the soul. For a bit a safer play.
And with that, the gold shoots up by 3k right there. It was just about like 1.3k, you know, kind of even with the Mouse Mafia, but now they've shot up, and I don't think there is anything stopping them. Like, look at that, the Kaiser is 2 levels up on this Sivir, and I feel just throughout this game, you know, since the early game, this Sivir has just been non-existent and can't do anything for the team.
And I really like itemization here from the Kaiser. She knows she's the carry. She knows she can't die, because otherwise the fight will be disastrous. So she has Mercurius and Zhonya's to build for herself even more.
Now we have to note, ladies and gentlemen, that majority of the Mouse Mafia were the former Cutters Cuties from the last 3 tournaments, as Lucidity Red are taking the Baron.
You see the red, they slow down the damage. Jarvan jumps in quite
Way
early.
too early.
He could be in trouble. He has GA. Baron is quite low, but they finish it off while Jarvan is in the zone. And meanwhile, Aatrox is deleted by Ryze and Ornn. And now they're looking to chase this Renata, and it will be just 2 members alive. They could look to play on the top lane here and threaten inhibitor.
That was definitely a bad mistake from the Jarvan. Sure, yeah, it's a, you know, a last-ditch effort to try and steal the Baron, but going in way too early there with like no vision.
And Ornn E finds Syndra, that means Kaiser can just press ultimate jump on her, and because she's so deep, that means she can just follow that up with a kill on Sivir as well, and it's all members dead. Aatrox and Renata are spawning in a couple of seconds now. Can they defend this? Jarvan as well.
I don't think they
It's
can.
naked Nexus now. Aatrox is... and... no, they're just too slow. And it's game 1 for Lucidity Red. Very strong showing so far.
since, like, I don't even know if you can say the mid-game, more like a quarter into the early game, that was Lucidity Red's game. They just dominated, and I think it all stemmed from what the focuses were, with Lucidity Red focusing on the bot lane, on getting that Kai'Sa gold, compared to the Mouse and Mafia, who sure were kind of focusing on the mid lane, but then it just dissipated. You know, there was the first like 1 or 2 ganks there, and it just disappeared, and it just turned into chaos. As we see the stats for the game, like here you can see the gold was swinging back and forth. It was quite close in the early games, and then just swinging dramatically throughout the rest. And yeah, it's the whole thing of what you're saying. You know, it was a game of top and bot, with the focus on the Kai'Sa and the focus on the Aatrox. But the moment you take one of them out, that's it for the team. And for the Mouse and Mafia, they weren't able to take out the Kai'Sa. They weren't able to stop the Kai'Sa, and so Lucidity Red could just steamroll the rest.
And yeah, we saw that one fight at the Dragon where Mouse and Mafia managed to kill the Kai'Sa, and that fight they won it.
Yeah, exactly. But after that, they couldn't.
Yep, they couldn't find anything else. And that's why I mentioned Kai'Sa's itemization. It was so good, in my opinion, meaning she can just heal for herself even more, just to keep herself alive even more, even longer. I mean.
Well, we're going to have to find out in Game 2 of the upper quarterfinals, or upper round 2, whatever you want to call it. We're going to have to find out if the Mouse and Mafia, a majority of the team who are the former Cutters Cuties, the reigning champions of the Sweatlords, of the MiniLCS, if they're able to stay in. You know, if they're able to just go all the way to the grand finals, or if they're going to have to battle it out in the losers round with Lucidity Red taking it on top. So we'll be back in 5 minutes to find out. Don't go anywhere.
Like, as I said, there was that draft diff, but it wasn't lost because of that. There was just not enough of an attempt to snowball that Aatrox lead even more. Meanwhile, there was great attempts and great successes at those attempts to keep snowballing that Kai'Sa. Yep, I like the idea. We saw the Monster Mafia have a very good performance on the top lane, and top lane matchups matter a lot, so I'm gonna assume that's what they're aiming at. Hmm. Ooh, Victor, lovely pick. I really like it as a first pick because it's a flex pick. It's available to be going in the bot lane and in the mid lane. You see Cho'Gath hover? Is that locked in? Well, we will have to see. Haven't seen Cho in quite a bit. Ooh, Zeraf. bit of two more nichier champions picked. Nasus? Ooh. Well, I want to see that go jungle for sure. Because top lane Nasus right now isn't that great unless it's into ranged top laners. That's one of the champions that actually work in those ranged matchups as well. This looks like Vini! It seems to be Leona, yep. It's locked up. I mean, that's gotta be Zerav support, I'm pretty sure. I don't like Zerav mid lane right now, he's not in a great place as a mid laner. It could be still Zed the jungle, that's still a option. We see Ambassa ban. Okay, now let me think. Is that a bad matchup for Cho? I'm pretty sure it is, so it could be Cho top. And I don't really like Ambassa ban then, because it just telegraphs where the Cho is going. Yep, I like Karma ban here, since Lucidity Red already picked up the Leona, so it's a melee, and if it's Karma support, Leona is not gonna have the greatest of the time. And we see a similar kind of ban here as well on Seraphine Hover, so if they commit with that, yeah, it is. So Yumi Hover. Now they're just trolling. Now they're just trolling. I saw the locks. Ooh, are they committing? No, it's Nautilus. Okay. I really like this from Mauser Mafia. Like, they're not revealing too much. And I like Zaya here, it prevents the Nautilus ultimate, it can prevent Zed from doing damage while he ults. Can cancel his eat. It won't go on cooldown, I'm pretty sure, but it will just prevent the damage for a short bit and maybe give you time to escape. Yeah, I really like that as well by Lucidity Red. A lot of flexibility on both sides, so since it's over, it's again probably just
and I just fucking realized that I have been yapping this whole time and no one has heard me except you. Good job, me.
That's what
okay.
we call a skill issue.
Just to clarify, ladies and gentlemen, if Fat Hat on a cat, or no, Fat Cat on a hat is playing Zed jungle and he fucks up or does some stupid shenanigans, he will be banned from being a mod for a week.
Oh.
That's I am putting that down as a tournament organizer. Right there, but Sion top, I assume.
I don't know. I'm just gonna straight up come here and admit I don't know.
I don't know either, but what we do know is predictions. We do know that Gamba is a thing on this channel, and you can do that right now with the Stimmer coins that you have gained from watching or betting. So the predictions are out right now. Who do you think will win, ladies and gentlemen? Do you think Lucidity Red will stomp the Mouse and Mafia, the forming reigning champions, off the MiniLCS Sweatlords bracket with a 2-0? Or do you think they will come back with this absolute insane comp? Vote now and find out. If he picked Teemo top, if Mr. Clisty picked Teemo top, he would have been a GOAT regardless. Alright, Teemo is my favourite champion, and if he pulled that off, and you can pull that off against a Nasus, that is actually quite a good...
We don't know if Nasus is in top lane.
That is true, it could be a Nidalee in top lane. This whole comp is all just like, we don't know.
We know three things. We know Sai is bot lane, we know Leona is support, we know Nautilus is support, the rest is questions.
Well, do we know Leona is support? Leona could go top.
Well, that would be, I think, too much of a cook for everyone.
This is definitely
and I
very
think Richard is pretty sure confirmed for the mid lane as well.
Yeah, no, that I think we can 100% confirm. I am looking forward to this game. This is...
Yeah, it's... now, look at this, and they did the most interesting draft, and the game will be the most boring game ever now.
Like, okay, so let's... So, as you're... Well, as we're both top lane connoisseurs, looking at the draft here, you know, it is most likely Sion top. Okay, wait, I'm just going to predict what this Mouse and Mafia comp is, right?
Good luck.
I think it's going to be Sion top, Cho'Gath jungle. No, it could be Zed. Fuck. Okay, Sion, Cho'Gath, Zed, Xerath. I said Xerath's name wrong, and Nautilus. I think that's what it is.
Yep.
I don't know where else that sign goes except the top lane, really, realistically.
Jungle?
Yes, but is it that good compared to a Zed or a Cho'Gath jungle?
I don't know. Sion also could go mid as well.
Now, one of our mods is apparently leaking that it's a Xerath jungle.
No, I don't believe that.
I don't believe that either.
What we can confirm, like, there's a couple of things we can confirm that it's not Xerath jungle, and probably not Sion ADC. The rest is free Reina.
Yeah. But okay, let's as I was saying before, I distracted both of us by trying to figure out what the comp was. If we look at either a Nasus or a Nidalee top, you know, how does that go? How does a Nasus into Cho'Gath go? Or how does a Nasus into Sion go? Or how does a Nidalee into either
Nasus
those
into
go?
Sion is really favorable for the Nasus. You can just pre-stack. Into Cho, it's a bit more trickier since Cho'Gath has that early power with Hail of Blades E. For Nidalee, both matchups aren't too great. Because if they Cho'Gath or Sion go tanky, she will struggle to deal damage.
Now, a question here is, are we going to see, you know, one of the big things in the last game was, you know, how the junglers interacted. For Lucidity, they were more focusing on the bot lane, whereas for Malcia, it was kind of starting in the mid lane and then fizzled out. So what are we going to see this game? We're going to see more of a focus from the Mouse Mafia, knowing that Lucidity Red are going to most likely put all the eggs in the bot lane. Are they going to either come bot and support it, or are they going to go to another lane to just feed that?
Well, I'm not sure. Partly it's really hard to guess because Mother Mafia, again, we're not sure who is going where, but for Lucidity Red, I really want to see a focus on the bot lane again. We see Lucidity Red ADC again on this self-healing ADC who can dish out tons of damage, and if previous game is indicator of how well Lucidity Red ADC will perform this game, that's just for who you wanna play.
But who would you want to play for this game? If you were a jungler, which lane should you or would you want to focus on?
If I was on Lucidity Red, I would just focus playing for the bot lane and for Mother Mafia. Let's assume it's Xerath, Nautilus in the bot lane. I would probably play on the bot side as well, just to deny that side from getting ahead and get your one of the only few damage options, which is just Xerath and Zed. At one point it will be Cho'Gath as well. So a bit of what I noticed, a bit of a lack of damage on Mouser Mafia side. So
yeah,
it will probably mean Cho'Gath will be forced into playing a hybrid build at the very least.
No, definitely, yeah, because the Scion, I think, will take more of the tank role here. But enough of us yapping. We are about to go into game and actually find out what these lane assignments are. And with the votes at 50-50, you know, the viewers are undecided. So let's go in and see who will win Game 2 of the quarterfinal / upper round 2 Sweatlords bracket. We won't know yet.
Yeah. I'm just trying to look where everyone is positioning. From the fountain where they're looking to walk. So it seems Nasus is top lane.
Yeah. And Zed is in the
mid lane as well.
So we are going, okay, Cho'Gath jungle. We got Scion versus the Nasus. We're doing a mage comp in the bot lane. And we have Nidalee jungle. So how, looking at the top lane, how does that fare up, the whole Nasus into Scion?
I favor Nasus here. Again, Scion is a tank and he went the shield, so he will be going just pure tank. That means Nasus will be able to just free stack. And he shouldn't just fight, he should just stack. Wait for the moment where he can join a team fight or his team joins him and bulk.
Yeah, that is why I like playing Nasus.
We see fleet setup for Nasus as well. That means he will just look to sustain through this lane.
Yep, has opted to go full a teleport instead of the ghost, but that's understandable in a tournament setting. Ghost is normally kind of solo queue summoner for the top lane.
I mean, instead of Flash, it could be an option. I would see it. Nasus really needs that movement speed to be able to catch up, but who will be he catching up to? Everyone is melee except Xerath.
Yeah, that
He
is true.
doesn't really need to have those for this game. Ice One Gauntlet will be probably enough for him. A very bad W uses by Zed. He uses it to get closer to the minion. He gets this yes, but gets so damaged in the exchange. And Simon doing a great job charging his Q, denying that cannon stack for Nasus.
Now, I
And
know.
we see kind of a flip situation in mid. Actually, this time it's you see the red mid laner doing a better job of poking the Zed out.
And where is this Victor going?
It seems they were looking for an invade or a scuttle denial, but neither of the junglers were there.
Yeah, like I saw the pings coming out of going, oh, I think he's here, I think he's here.
Yep, but since it's Shogun jungle, he's a bit slower on the clear, so he is probably just late on the scuttle.
Well, both teams get the Scuttle Crab on either side. I don't know / understand why this mage meta has come in.
Nice hook from Nautilus, but Needle is here, lands the spear, but Zeraf lands his stun in exchange, and the gank will not work out.
Now, Walker did get a hook there, so that is a +1 for him, even if he had to flash.
Nice usage of others, just stacks a few feathers behind the Zeraf, stuns him. They decide not to follow that up with any other play. Time is taken quite low actually. Now that both members are starting to close into level 6, it could mean Nasus all-in once he reaches that. Yep, he's looking to poke. It could be a fight here once the Nasus or Sion reaches 6.
Oh, definitely.
Both are in quite little range.
Right, and that Nasus maybe just has enough for his ult if he gets to level
Ooh,
6.
but Nidalee is here before the 6, and it will be a kill for the Nasus. Hopefully, no Nidalee seems to want to collect it. Oh, is Nasus in danger? No, he is not. He manages to walk it off, just barely. Oh, we see Zed with the potion popped from the inspiration rune trait. I forgot how the rune is. Triple tonic. I didn't see him use his ultimate, which I don't know why he's popping the potion. Then why are you popping potion if you're not going for the kill?
Now, even though this Sion did die top, it is Mr. Clisty. You know, he can turn it around. You know, that Aatrox was the main character, the main champ in the last game. So I wouldn't put it past him. And he is up on the CS right now.
A bit of a mana usage for E to clear the wave a bit faster from Nasus. We saw him very low on mana there at the level 5 point before the gang, which is a bit of a misplay in my opinion. You should just conserve your mana a little bit to allow yourself to stack for longer.
Yeah,
Since he's not going any mana items, you need to watch your mana a bit more.
Yeah, definitely. Like, if he had got a tier...
Ooh, a nice hook by Nautilus, which is followed up by Zeraf stun, but Nidalee is there to prevent any kills from going to the side of Mauser Mafia. And Nasus, again, using the E on the wave means the wave will be pushing into Sion, which is simply a misuse of the ability. At this point now, yes, you do... Oh, a dive on bot lane. Can this be a kill? Zai ultimate popped. No E available, that means the kill of Nautilus will fall to the Nidalee.
And there we saw, you know, the Zeraf tried to flash, you know, out of the Nidalee cube, but The Xayah ult, the feathers, just were within range to just snipe him down. And as we get a quick look at the replay, we can see here, look, Xerath flashes, and I think the Xayah negates the Nautilus ult and so is able to ult herself. Deal damage, but in the mid lane.
Nautilus didn't have ultimate, but on the mid lane, yeah, Nautilus just opens from spawn into the mid lane and manages to find the kill on this Victor.
We'll have to see a replay of that in a second to understand what we just missed, if it was an overstay from the Victor.
Oh, Zed and Victor were low already at that point, so I think it was a fight which was unfortunate. Nice flash from Nasus to prevent the Sim from escaping. Needle will be able to help the Nasus collect this kill. Good job from Sim as well here, running away not to allow Nasus to stack a kill, preventing a couple more stacks from going to the Nasus. But we see, in exchange for this top lane play, you see the Red will be losing the first Drake. Cho'Gath just eats it, so he's starting to stack up as well. It's his second stack now.
And let's just have a quick look at the replay on the mid lane. So Zed goes back in with the old Ignite. He's getting chased out by the storm with this Nautilus.
Misses the Qs, that means Victor doesn't die to the Zed and Nautilus has to finish the kill.
And here, as you said, the Scion running away, taking the tail shot to avoid.
Ooh, another fight in mid we just missed. It was probably another ultimate from Zed. Once again, ultimates are a bit broken, so we don't know if they were used, but I'm gonna assume Zed did ulti. Oh, not all ultimates are broken, so just some. We see Nasus ultimate being fine, Victor ultimate fine, everyone else is broken. We're not sure about Liana since she's not yet.
Yeah, we apologise for that. That's the system we're using. It's bugged out since the last update. But here we can see the gank on the mid.
Yeah, Victor trying to push out the wave, but he forgot about the shadow behind him. That means Zed can go just keep chasing him into the Nautilus, which hooks the Victor, and then the Zed finishes off the kill.
And I think so far, on camera, that is, Nautilus hasn't missed a hook. Walker is 100% right now.
Ooh, we see kind of funny things. 7-7 CS on Zed and Xerath. Oh, it just jumped out for some reason. Oh, Zed probably just deleted the wave.
Well, it is possible with both of them, but I don't think at this early level. As we're seeing a gank in the top.
It was an invade from the Leona, probably trying to get some deep vision, maybe set up a dive, but Zed rotates to zone and help his members just clean up the kill, and didn't see who collected it. It probably was Cho'Gath.
Get a replay of that in a second.
Bit of a slower game compared to last, but not a lack of action. And as we see Xayah using that ultimate again to prevent the Nautilus ultimate. And because of that, Cho'Gath is forced to flash out. Camera pops to mid lane where Zed gets a solo kill on the Victor. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Needle is hitting a lot of spears, gets a very long range spear on the Xerath and he's very low. Leona zoning ultimate means both members should die here. Nautilus ultimate barely doesn't connect with the tower, that means both kills are indeed collected.
And that was just basically the Lucidity Red outplaying, Mouse and Mafia. Mouse and Mafia thinking that, this Xayah, she's alone, chilling. When in actual fact, the
Sun actually doing a great job poking the Nasus down quite low now. But we gotta remember Nasus has fleet and that passive with his lifesteal, so he will most likely be fine. Needle is here as well. Ooh, he's brought really low. But 4 members of City Red now again in the top lane. Can they bring this Zion down? Zion aggressive ultimate onto the Nasus. Nasus is forced to pop his ultimate, give him enough HP to survive. But Zion is able to walk out. And that means Needly overstep could be lethal, but no, she walks out. Another nice hook by Nautilus. We see a lot of action again, not as many kills, but still a lot of stuff happening. Zed, meanwhile, because of that over-rotate from Victor, manages to collect the first tower here. And it's a mid lane tower as well. Here we have the replay on the bot lane fight. Nice use of feathers to stun the Cho'Gath. Means he can't get in the melee range to damage Xayah or Nidalee. Then the fight keeps going. Nice stun from the Nautilus, but Xayah flashes afterwards to redirect the feathers to kill the Cho'Gath. And here we see the Leona loop around, let her teammates catch up, stuns the Nautilus. Sadly, feathers don't reach the Xerath, so the kill is collected by the Needle, and then Leona collects the Nautilus. Meanwhile in mid, we see just aggressive engage from the Zed, and just kills the Victor. Now we see a fight in here in the bot side river for the second Drake of the game. Needle is brought low, Zed is deep in the enemy jungle. Meanwhile, Cho'Gath is... misses his ultimate, and Leona survives with a sliver of HP. Later on, collected by Nautilus. Now, Nautilus is in danger and is killed. Because he's killed so fast, the spear flies through him and then hits Xerath, which is low as well. And then a second spear over the wall hits him and kills him.
God damn, that fight changed from Mouse and Mafia taking a good, well, having a good hook onto, what was that, the Nidalee, to just complete turnaround. I don't know how that Cho'Gath missed his ult.
Another thing to point out for production, is there a possible way to move the jungle pets? Because it's covering Cho'Gath's core.
Jungle... Oh, what the hell is happening there?
Yep. It's covering the 2, and then probably an assist or 2 as well.
Let's see. There we go.
Oh, here we go. We see Zion close to collecting the tower in the top lane. Meanwhile, Victor gets the tower in bot. Zion, ooh, big Q, but Nasus pops the ultimate. 3 members of Mauser Mafia here on top. Nautilus showed on the war, that means Nasus knows, and he will respect it and back off.
Team's turret has been destroyed.
Zed pops the ultimate on Nidalee. She could be dead here. Yes, she is. But the stun from Leona means Xayah can finish off Zed. And then they're going to turn their eyes on this Xerath.
This just seems like right now with the score of 12-6 and a 1k gold lead. Yeah, definitely just at a more earlier stage than before. Definitely Lucidity Red are more aggressive than the last game, but compared to the last game, Mr. Clisty is nowhere on this Zion. He's been AFK, not been as impactful.
Yeah, well, that's why I didn't really like the Zion in the top lane, Zion being put in the top lane. Like, your last game, he was your biggest factor. Why are we putting our best player on a tank? We see now Herald being done by Lucidity Red. And it's finished without much trouble. You see 3 members of Mauser Mafia here on the bot side. Nasus is full HP. It will not be easy to dive this. Nautilus Hook connects though, and it will actually be easy to dive. No one is then not even brought low. And then Sion just is hammering away this Victor. Probably will be able to solo kill him here. Nice Victor cage to prevent the... Ooh, actually Q still clips Victor. That means Victor is still in quite a bit of danger, playing the movement game around the alcove, but Sion finds another nice Q on the Victor. Victor trying to use the movement from his own Q to escape, but no, Sion just presses ultimate, chases him down, and is killed. Meanwhile, on the bot side, Zed collected another tower into his pocket. We see almost 4,000 gold lead for the mid lane of Mauser Mafia. Meanwhile, once again, we have a 4,000 gold lead for Lucidity Red's AD carry. And I don't know if you're meant to be muted, but you're still muted.
I am meant to be muted as I was putting an order in for my dinner. And let's look at the gold.
Yeah, we see two members stick out here with 10,000 gold above, 2,000 gold above any other members. It's mid lane for Mauser Mafia on Zed and AD carry for Lucidity Red on Xayah. Nasus could be in trouble again. Zed ults him. Can he finish him off? Since Nasus went for a Trinity Force, a bit more aggressive item, he's not as tanky and is forced out of lane.
Right now, looking at the stats, it is the main, well, I'm not going to say damage dealer. If we look at it, you know, we ignore the Sion damage, but it is the mid laner with full 1-1. It is that Island or Ihand?
Ooh, Xayah is caught in the Sion Q. They don't really have damage to deal with the Sion just yet. They can't fight this. Since Xayah used her ultimate earlier, she can't ulti to the Nautilus R, but Victor teleports here and he's trying to salvage this fight now. Nice ultimate by him, hitting multiple members means they managed to get a couple of kills. Meanwhile, Xayah dies though. Zombie Sion doing a lot of work. Victor is brought low. He's trying to collect a kill on the Nautilus. He manages to get Nautilus and Xerath both, since the Needling Spear hit Xerath as well, and that meant Xerath is quite low. Now Nasus is trying to chase down the Zed. Zed tried to trick him with his shadows, but Nasus is not gullible enough to believe that and gets killed.
What a fight that was.
Yep, only one member standing out of that entire exchange. It was Nasus. See, actually, Sion doing a great job with stacking this heart seal as well. Already at 375 stacks. Meanwhile, he has his own health stacks at 890. So it is quite a chunky Sion.
And I think we're going to see round 2. Right, it looks like it. Dragon is up.
Managed to flash out, so it will be Flashless Leona for this fight. Flashless Xayah as well. But once again, they don't have too much damage to deal with the Sion. It's just Victor with Liandry's so far. So going all tanky for Mauser Mafia, quite working out. They caught out the Nasus, managed to kill him, but in exchange they lose the Dragon. Can they get the fight at least? Nice stun with Q from Sion means they can collect Leona and Xayah. Another nice Q by Sion means the Victor is caught out as well. Sion collects the kill because he deserves it. A bit of a scary spear on the Cho'Gath, but I don't think it will turn into anything else.
Well, let's have a look at the Drake
for exchange for the fight.
Yeah, let's have a look at the fight beforehand. Comparison to this one. So it starts off with the Sion coming from the back, Zeref
Yeah, and
poking.
we see Zaya using her ultimate early means Nautilus can land his ulti on her. That means she's out for a fight from a couple of seconds. She can put out the damage, but nice Sion Qs and Cho'Gath Qs as well stacked on each other means they can finish off the Zaya. And then it's Victor trying to clean up the fights, struggling a little bit, but then we see here a nice spear from Italy means Victor can finish off the Nautilus and Zeref. Fancy moves from Zed means he manages to get another kill on the Nidalee, but then he still tried to be fancy, but Nasus knew that and he managed to finish him off.
And then here, because the Nasus already used his ult and it was on cooldown, this is the perfect time to hook in and go on in. The Zed goes onto, I think, the Zaya and ducks out. And because of how the comp is, they have 3 frontline champs right there to deal the damage, where the backline can just sit back.
And it's close on the Nautilus, but Victor just didn't have enough damage just yet. Oh, another engage from Zed means it's a kill of Victor coming to him.
Where is this Sion going?
Just doing some fancy driving, but stops at Zaya, which will most definitely kill him here.
But was that a distraction for them to get the Baron?
Ooh, I didn't even notice that. I was just so tunnel visioned myself. But we see the red wasn't as tunnel focused as they're coming here. Baron is finished, but can they clean up the members? Middle spear goes wide. They can finish off the Cho'Gath. Can they get more? Another spear whiffs. And it's 3 members escaping with Baron. And if I'm Mauser Mafia, I take that.
Yeah, that was the Sion in the enemy's base and the Cho'Gath both going down, but
yeah, Sion just went, hey, hi guys, look, I'm here, and his team just went and did Baron.
yeah, and as there's no other objectives up, the Cho'Gath dying there for the Baron is kind of worth it, I would say.
Yeah, as I said, I think Mauser Mafia is very happy with that stake here. And we see now they decide for a 4-1 split kind of arrangement for the siege with the Baron.
Yeah, well, as a team together with that front line, I think they can go, you know,
and
straight down.
Zaya is now trying to complete that Giant Slayer, which will actually mean she will be able to do damage to these frontliners. We see Victor also opting out into the Void Staff. Once those items are finished, they will be able to start winning those fights. So Mauser Mafia need to pull a trigger, find something sooner than later.
And Baron coming up in 25 seconds. This would be another dragon fight, most likely. The question is, will we see the Mouse Mafia coming on top
Sion
again?
is first to move. They need to do something fast here. Victor is teleporting as well, so he will actually be the first one here. Meanwhile, Zed managed to sneak into a position behind the Drake, manages to kill Victor really fast. It means it's a 3v5 now, but Zaya is dishing out insane amounts of damage, manages to get through. Zeref is barely alive, so is Sion. Zed is looking for Zaya. Zaya gets quadra kill. Can they look for Penta? They're just probably going to go for the Drake and let Leona just chase the Sion around. Nidalee Spear finds him, so that's also a kill for Nidalee, so a good chase from Leona means Sign dice to a member who likes that gold.
Yeah, I think the sign should have maybe, at that point just ran it into the tower so the Leona would have got the kill instead of the Nidalee right there. I think that was somewhat of a misplay, but let's have a look at what kicked this all off. We had Zed by the Dragon Pit on the other side, Sion in the mid lane, TP from the Victor.
And Victor is kind of split off from his team, which led to his death. But then we see a lot of feathers being thrown here, and then E comes out and that kills Cho'Gath, brings Nautilus very low and Sion low as well. Then another nice stun from Xayah E means Xerath is killed as well.
But I don't know if you saw during that fight, so the moment the Victor was dead, the Zed did nothing. He just stayed on the other side and was just staying still. Whereas I think if he had joined in a few seconds earlier, it would have actually made a difference. But he came in way too late. He came in when both the tanks were way too low to actually do any damage. Well, to tank. And then he just got stun locked and
we
fucked.
actually had a probably negative full Baron power play. The gold leads jumped to Lucidity Red now.
Oh, that's... You never want to see that, especially.
Nice work from Nautilus, but follow-up ultimate doesn't connect because Xayah had her ultimate, and that means Nautilus dies himself. But meanwhile, all of this is happening bot lane. Zed is having a free push on the bot lane tower. Now Nasus resets quite late. Another nice stun from Cho'Gath on the
Will he get the inhib?
They either need to reset or find something here. They find Sion. Can they get more? Nasus is having trouble dealing with this Zed.
Oh.
Zed is forced to back off now. He doesn't know who is resetting, who's not. And now that he's resetting the members of Lucidity,
I think he could have stayed.
Yeah, I agree he could have stayed, but he didn't know. They didn't have vision for Nidalee and Leona. He didn't know if they were resetting, and if they are resetting, he can't stay.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
That's a very good trade, in my opinion. They tried to defend the top lane tower. It did fall at the end, but that's inhibitor for Bowser Mafia.
Oh yeah, well that is, that's 2 deaths. That's the Nautilus and the Sion for a bot lane tower and the inhib. Definitely worth it.
Yep. Now the bot lane will be auto pushing while the Baron is up. Sorry, losing my voice a little bit because there is just so much action.
And even though the scoreboard does say 26-19 with the 2.5k gold lead, the Mouse and Mafia are still in this. And
I actually just flipped my eyes to the scoreboard. We see almost 7,000 gold lead for the Xayah and 6,500 lead for the Zed. So those members who were ahead early are still very ahead. Main carries in this game are definitely Xayah and Zed. Both teams really need good performances from these guys to carry out this game. Because we're hitting 30-minute mark here. That means death timers are quite long. One bad fight, either of the teams probably can finish the game.
Well, I think the next fight is going to be for the Dragon, because it will be Soul for Lucidity Red with 30 seconds on the clock.
Leona finds Zed. Can they finish him off? No, he gets out just for now. Sion finds a nice ultimate on 2 members for the damage, doesn't find the knockup. Finds a knockup later on Xayah, but it's not enough. He's deleted. Zed is deleted by the Nidalee, and Nasus is chasing Nautilus. I think this is game.
Blue team has scored an ace.
It's 40-second timers. Can Lucidity Red do it here?
It's possible, but I don't think they will. I think they're just gonna, I think right now
We saw like a flash on the way from Zaya in Italy there. I think they're looking to end. I think they thought at least that they can end. No, they can end. It's 10 seconds for Zerov. This is game. And that's serious for Lucidity Red.
That is just one bad fight in the mid lane, and that is it.
I kind of caster cursed it. I said what fight and it happened just right after.
That
Can
was...
you get a replay of that fight?
Yeah. Well, actually, I can get a replay of that right now as I try and grab the stats.
Here we go. So you see Zed being found chunked quite low after the Leona stunned by Victor. Nice CC from Nautilus and then later on Simon, but it's not enough. Zed is chasing Victor, but meanwhile his team is just getting deleted by Zaya. And then Nidalee can finish off the Zed, and it's just game over after this.
It is. And that was arguably another dominating win from Lucidity Reds. It was close there, near the end. The Mouse and Mafia were clawing it back, as you can see in the gold graph, but then they got into a negative Baron power play, which you never want to see. And even though the Zed was able to backdoor and get the inhib, it just wasn't enough.
It took the fight a little bit too fast. They should have let the minions push up a little bit, make that threat of minions ending, but they weren't patient enough.
No, they weren't. The positioning was just not... It definitely wasn't right for taking that last dragon. I think what they were trying to do there in the end was like, okay, you can take dragon, we're going to push mid lane, we're going to try and force you to come back and defend, and it just didn't work out for them. But with that is Lucidity Red heading into the semi-finals with the Mouse and Mafia, a team comprised of the former reigning champions, that is the Cudders Cuties, going into the losers bracket, which, if I remember correctly, that is not uncommon. I believe they did this last time where they just ran it back. So we might be seeing that again. And let's just get out these predictions out here. There we go. But before we continue on, who do you think were the MVPs, the three players that you would pick for MVP for this game?
It has to be the AD carry for Lucidity Red. He put up such a performance in both games. For a secondary player, I would say Jungle. Really good ultimates in the first game on the Wukong, and then finding a lot of those kills and ganks in the second game as well. And for the third one, I will let you choose. I really can't make up my mind for the rest of them.
It sadly, sad to say here, but it definitely wasn't the top laner. I'm sorry, mate, but
I agree on that point. Yeah.
I think you are sadly maybe one of the weaker links in this, but you held your own. I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry. Look, I'm a top laner myself, okay? I'm a top laner myself. I'm not hate. There's no hate on top laners, right? We are both top laners right here. But I think it will probably have to go to the support, to the Leona. Because also the mid laner wasn't, I would say, amazing in both games.
They actually, he had a really weak performance at game, so yeah, it has to go to the support.
you know, we have to give some love to the support. So the poll is out. Who do you think was the series MVP for the game? For the series, sorry, not for the game, for the series. Do you think it was the ADC? Do you think it was the mid laner, or do you think it was the support for Lucidity Red? Vote now. And if you missed most of the stream, there will be a VOD of this soon. There will be a clipped up version of just the games on the MiniLCS YouTube channel later on in the tournament. It won't be today and it won't be tomorrow, I'll tell you that, because I still have to edit all the other ones, but it will be at some point. But you can view the stats for all the games. You can view all the stats for the champions, the turrets, the damage at the ligashatap.info. Just plug the website right there, you know, nice little thing. I'm sorry, mate. There's no vote for top. I'm sorry. You just didn't cut it this game. Maybe next time. You know, your ADC just outshone.
He was probably facing the best player in the Mauser Mafia in this series. Because if we had a vote for the ace of the series, it would have gone to the Mauser Mafia top lane.
Yeah, definitely. If we're looking at an ace for series, it would be for Mr. Clisty, the top lane GOAT, I would say, of the Sweatlord bracket. But he just couldn't carry it with that Scion. Now, whilst we wait for this vote to finish, I'll just shout it out there before I post in your channel. Lucidity Red, if you want to jump on for an interview, you can. But yeah, that I was both games, you know, both games were somewhat close at one point and then snowballed out of control. Definitely.
I mean, this last game was quite close. It was back and forward, and then it just got 15-minute mark where the death timers are very long. And as a caster cursed it and said that one death fight will mean the team can end, and that's just what happened. A complete ace means Lucidity Red can just run through mid and just finish the game.
Yep. And for some reason, instead of telling me in the Twitch chat, someone has messaged on Discord saying that they can hear the dungeon noise in the background. Yes, the dungeon noise in the background of my microphone is my air conditioning unit, because it is disgustingly hot here in the UK. You know, and this is the Sweatlords bracket. It was a sweaty game. So you just have to, I had to put some cooling going on. Now we do have an interview. I will just grab that in a second. Hopefully they can join. So we will have to chat shit for a tiny bit longer. No, mate, I don't have the piece. This is a small, shitty, portable... Well, not portable. It's one of those ones with the pipe that goes out the window. It's one of the worst air conditioners you can ever buy. You know? Man doesn't have
My
peas.
cooling, meanwhile, is this magnificent white-blue fan.
Well, if I had peas, we would have a studio arranged for the finals, but we're still trying to figure that out. Oh, what's this? I think our interviewer's having a little struggle. Now, there were 2 other games today. And they were both, I believe, in the Weenie Hut bracket. Yes, they were.
The weenies.
One was similar round as today. Well, as the Sweatlords, the other one was the loser round 1. So one team, either 3 Snacks Poro, I believe it is, versus Bigly Diff. One of them will have been knocked out now at the end. You'll just have to look on the website to find out. And I'm still just going to yap a bit more until we figure out if someone is going to join.
Everyone's scared of social interactions.
I think they're just having some technical issues right now to try and join, but Day Zero just quickly there exposed what the score was from that Winnie Hart game, but he did delete it. I don't know if it is deleted for everyone else. I saw it.
I mean, I have a plugin, but since I have a plugin, I see it, but it is deleted.
Right, now whilst we try it and get this interview sorted, I'm going to play the replays from Game 2 for you to talk over whilst I have a chat. So take it away.
So yeah, we see the early game gang from the Nili to help out the Nasus.
Oh, and I think my fellow caster has dropped off, and I think we're still having issues with the interview, so sadly we won't be able to get it today, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologise. Hopefully in the next round that Lucidity Red do play in, we will be able to get them on the line if they win or if they lose, if they get fully knocked out. But with that, thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me today. Thank you to my fellow caster for carrying
a little bit of invasion.
No, that's fine.
Came over.
Thank you for casting with me today. It was a pleasure. And we shall see you hopefully on Sunday for another game. Let me just check what games we got coming up on Sunday. That will be the 9th of August. We have 3 games, so we'll be doing one of those. We have Wind versus Mace Volley Bears. We have Critical Fart versus Artificial Wing Intelligence. And we also have Big Bad Buttercup versus Shemika. I'm probably mispronouncing that.
Kindle and Eclipse will be most likely played on Sunday as well. We're involved with Kindle. Wink wink, you should stream that.
Well, you'll have to find out. There is some... No, there isn't any games tomorrow, so this will be it for tonight. Thank you all. I'm going to cut the replay short here, because if you didn't watch it, watch the VODs. But yeah, have a good rest of the evening and weekend, and we shall see you all on Sunday.